Today we will listen to the third story of Vikram Betal, whose title is Who Has the Most Virtue? So let's start. After hard work, King Vikramaditya again carried Betal on his shoulders. While moving towards the crematorium, Betal started telling a new story. He said, "Raja, the way is long. To make it interesting, let me tell you another story. But remember, if you don't answer even after knowing the answer, your head will explode. And if you answer, I will fly again and go to the tree." A long time ago, a king named Rupsen ruled in a kingdom named Vardhamanagar. A brave and courageous Rajput Veervar came to the king's kingdom, who wanted a job in the king's court. The king asked him, "How much salary do you want for your services?" Veervar replied, "I need 1,000 tolas of gold every day." The courtiers were very surprised to hear this. The king also asked, "Who is with you? And what will you do with so much money?" Veervar replied, "My wife, a son, and a daughter." The king was even more surprised. He started wondering what 4 people would do with so much money. But the king hired Veervar and accepted his condition. Veervar would come home every day with 1,000 tola gold from the treasury. He would divide that money into 4 parts. The first part would be donated to Brahmins and the needy. The second part was dedicated to saints, ascetics, and guests. He would prepare food from the third portion and feed it to the poor first. Whatever food was left he would eat with his wife and children. As soon as night falls, he gets armed with his weapons and gets ready to defend the palace. Whenever the king needed him, he was immediately present. One night the king heard someone crying from the direction of Margat. The king called Veervar and said, "Go and see who is crying so late at night, and why." Veervar immediately set out towards Margat. On reaching there, he saw a woman adorned with jewelry. Sometimes she dances, sometimes jumps, and sometimes beats her head and cries. But the strange thing was that not a single tear was falling from her eyes. Veervar asked her, "Who are you, and why are you crying like this?" The woman replied, "I am Rajalakshmi. I am crying because immoral acts are taking place in the kingdom of King Rupasena. Soon this kingdom will sink into poverty, and the king will die within a month. So I am leaving the state." Veervar asked, "Is there any way to avoid this crisis?" The woman said, "Yes, there is a temple of a goddess 1 mile away in the east. If you offer your son's head as a sacrifice to the goddess, this calamity will be averted. After this, the king will rule happily and securely for 100 years. Veervar returned home, woke up his wife and told her the whole story. His wife woke up their son, and the daughter also woke up. When the son heard the whole story, he said, "Father, you must sacrifice me. It is my duty to obey your orders. What could be greater than sacrificing my life to save the king?" Veervar asked his wife, "What do you say?" The wife replied, "The duty of a wife is to follow her husband's orders. Do whatever you think is right." After this, the whole family reached the temple of the goddess. There Veervar prayed to the goddess, "O goddess, I am sacrificing my son. Please grant my king a life of 100 years. Saying this, he cut off his son's head with his sword. Seeing this condition of his brother, his sister also committed suicide. Seeing this, the mother found it difficult to control herself and cut her neck. At last Veervar thought, "There is no one left in my family. Now for whom should I live?" Thinking this, he also gave up his life. When the king received this news, he immediately reached the temple of the goddess. He was extremely distressed after seeing the scene there. He thought, "So many people have given up their lives for me. It is better that I also give up my life rather than rule like this." The king picked up his sword and was about to commit suicide when the goddess appeared. He held the king's hand and said, "King, I am happy to see your courage and dedication. Ask for whatever boon you want." The king said, "O goddess, if you are pleased with me, please restore Veervar and his family to life." The goddess revived Veervar, his wife, son, and daughter by sprinkling nectar. Everyone became happy and started their respective duties. After narrating so many stories, Betal asked King Vikram, "Now tell me, who was most virtuous?" King Vikram said, The virtue of a king is the greatest. Vital asked, "How?" The king replied, "Viravar and his family were ready to give their lives for the service of the king. It was part of their religion and duty. But the king sacrificed his kingdom, wealth, and even his life for his subjects. Decided to sacrifice. This is the biggest sacrifice." As soon as he heard the answer, Vital said, "You have given the right answer, but as per the promise you had to remain silent. That's why I am flying again to the tree." Saying this, Vital flew again and hung on a tree in the dense forest. So friends, from this story, we learned that a true king is one who is ready to sacrifice everything for his subjects. And a true servant is the one who faces every difficulty for his master. The dedication and devotion to duty of both make them ideal for the society.